because I like history of the coin, I tend to favor constitutional or junk silver, and of course, silver eagles. And just recently, I've been becoming unattracted to Canadian maple leafs. Don't get me wrong, they are beautiful coins. Canada is a fantastic country. However, they milk spot. And I know they have since corrected the issue. However, when I buy my Canadian maple leafs, I notice there is less of a premium when I choose random year. So that's what I have been doing, and I've been getting the older coins. Now, I haven't had any milk spot issues, but who knows? It's a time bomb, basically. Now, I know a silver is still silver, whether it milk spots or not. However, as noted by Silver Slayer, he is a very popular silver stacker on YouTube. He mentioned that you have to also think about your future buyer when you are yourself buying coins, bullions, or rounds. You have to think, gee, what is my exit strategy? Will my buyer want to buy milk spotted coins? And if so, will they pay me as much as if the coins did not have milk spots on them? I am thinking no. I myself would not want to buy a milk spotted coin if the dealer had other coins available that were not milk spotted. I would choose the ones that were not. It just seems logical. So therefore, I would assume, I don't have data to back it up, but just using logic, I would assume that the milk spotted coin should have somewhat less value. Even if we're talking 10 or 20 cents, if the time comes when you're selling your coins and you have several thousand milk spotted coins, you can see how that can add up. So for that reason, I will be going very, very low on my collection of Canadian maple leafs. So with that said, now, just to mention, I have been stacking, originally I was stacking about since 2008, but I sold my stack at the height of the market, and I didn't waste the money. I used the money to buy a house. So that was, the upswing in the prices really helped me out a lot to get my down payment. So with that said, I've been collecting again, just not very long, just from the start of this year, actually, around January. So I don't have a lot yet compared to what I had before, but I'm running around. Let's see, I don't quite have an ounce of gold yet, and my silver. My base of my silver stack is silver American Eagles and constitutional silver, and I like bars pretty much, but I don't like just any bar. And I'll show you the bars that I do like. I don't have a lot. I've just started with those. Now before, when I used to stack, I had the big, huge 100-ounce bars from Johnson Matthey. And those were awesome. I had about 5 of those. And I had a lot of JM, Johnson Matthey, 10-ounce bars as well. But those were the good old days. That's what I had. But look, I still have the value. It's in the house. So I do have some regrets about selling my silver, but whenever I think about that, I look at my house and how much that has gone up in value. And I'm much better off having. I do like my assets to be physical, where I can actually see, feel my assets. I've had stocks in the past, but I just feel uneasy. I like to have my physical. You never know with the stock. The company could be doing great, then they hire some asshole, and guess what happens? The company goes downhill, and so does the share price. So you never know. I like things to be in my own hands. Now, I know the markets are manipulated. I don't have proof per se, but others on YouTube do. And I've seen it where the market, where you had billion-dollar trades happen when the market was really slow. I mean, remember, for every buyer there has to be a seller. For every seller there has to be a buyer. So the trades were pretty much futures contracts, and they were pretty much as big as pretty much all of the silver in the world for one trade. So I pretty much would think that would be manipulation. So I would just safely assume that there's manipulation in every market. But remember, everything has to stop at some point. So hopefully, see, I'm stacking for retirement. I have a good 15 to 20 years left. And when my exit strategy well, I already made my exit strategy. My exit strategy is not to sell my stack in bulk. Oh, and by the way, when I sold my stack before, it was to AppMex. AppMex has an awesome feature where you can log into your account at AppMex, even if you've never purchased from them. You can make an account. They have a portfolio holdings section where you could actually input all of your silver and gold. And as long as it's something that they carry, they can track the prices for you. And the prices would be the prices that they sell it for, right? So that's awesome. And it's a great tracking tool. So one of the tricks into that is when you're choosing, when it says source, where did you buy the coin, round, or bar from? Just say AppMex, and that way it will give you their price, and it won't just list like the spot price of silver. So, with that said, remember, I don't have that much constitutional, and not anywhere near as much. But, oh yeah, also, SD Bullion sells these small boxes for an awesome price. I mean, this was $12.95. It fits in the safe very, very well, and it's not very heavy, even if this was totally full. Before, I was using a 600 coin Panda box, having all of my stack in one crate, and it was quite heavy. So, with that said, this came in pretty clean. Now, there's not much here. This is just my dimes, my 10-cent pieces. I always like when I like Mercury dimes the most, but you always get shorted on those as far as weight. One of the other stackers compared a full roll of Mercury dimes to a full roll of Roosevelt dimes, and there was a remarkable difference. Even though both tubes had 50 dimes in it, the roll that had Roosevelt's in it looked more full, and there was a weight difference of 1/3 of an ounce difference between the two. This is not 50 Rosies, but I mean Mercs, by the way. But that's all I've got right now. This is a full roll of Roosevelt's. Now, one thing I didn't do is I didn't go through these and look for key dates. I do like numismatic coins. However, I haven't gotten really into that yet. Even when I was stacking before, it was pretty much mainly bullion, and I didn't even have that much constitutional back then. It was mainly bars and silver eagles and some maples. I had some world coins too, I had a bunch of the kangaroos. I had a bunch of the monkeys. And now when I sold my stack, I sold it to APMEX. They gave me different pricing depending on what the coin was. It wasn't like you go to one of these dealers, local coin shops. I'm sure they're nice guys, but they try to buy your coin, as far as my experience goes anyway. And they try to buy your coins for pretty much what they would pay for a Silver Eagle. So that's really not fair. Let's say that you're buying you bought a Panda. Panda has a much higher premium than a Silver Eagle and a Maple Leaf. But if you go into a lot of these local coin shops, they will offer you the same price. They will buy your coins for the same price as an Eagle. And I don't think that's right. APMEX did right by me. Even though I haven't really purchased much from APMEX, I bought some pieces here and there. I like their service and everything. The selling process was very great. I feel I got great prices. However, that was great prices selling to them. As far as buying from them, I find that they do charge a bit more. I know they're very reputable, but there are other online dealers that are very reputable as well, and they charge less. Like SD Bullion, for example. I bought these cases from them. I had several orders from them already. I haven't had any issues. So that's my dimes, right? Not many dimes at all. I have some more dimes coming. I will make a video of the dimes when they get here. Here's another box. Here's my quarters. I like quarters a lot because quarters are not too big, not too small. They're right in line. I don't collect the nickels. I don't collect any 40% at all, just because the space that it takes. I have a big vault, but I need other space available, like for documents, videos, of the kids, things like that. So I can't devote my entire safe just to coins. So right here, these are full rolls. Again, I didn't look for any key dates. I didn't pull out the better condition quarters. Right, I haven't done that with any of my junk silver. Oh, and by the way, I ordered these tubes from On Fire Guy. That was kind of recommended from Silver Slayer. I watch a lot of his videos. Silver Slayer recommended that we check out On Fire Guy and airtights.com, but I don't want to airtight all of my coins here. Like, I bought these just as generic, face bags, and so I don't think there's any mint state coins here. There are some that look really nice, but then again, they could be cleaned. You never know. Well, you could tell, but I could tell as well, but I haven't looked at the coins in that detail because I really wasn't interested in the numismatic value per se. Maybe a little bit later I'll do that. But there we are. What do I got there? I don't know. Almost $100 in quarters. All right, so, and then all I do... Now, there's another idea. If you didn't want to buy these tubes, they're not that expensive. You're talking maybe 50 cents each, something like that. If you didn't want to buy it, though, you can just lay your silver right in here. Just loose. Maybe pick out the better condition ones and put those either in an album or in capsules or just in tubes, like maybe buy a couple tubes. If I were to take out like all the really good condition coins here, maybe there would be a tube or two of really good ones. Maybe you can keep those aside, and then if you ever had to sell, you would hang on to your better condition pieces and sell your lower graded type of junk silver. There's an idea for you if you ever had to like sell in an emergency. Maybe keep your or you could even get a box and just keep your key collection, the things that you really would never want to sell until you're the absolute end to when you're going to liquidate. maybe hang on to those, hang on to that box, and then everything else is, you know, on the table if you ever needed to sell it, right? So that's that box there. Okay. Now, again, these are clean boxes. This one has a few marks on it, but hey, I'm probably gonna put my own labels on these anyway. I'll probably put like a label on it instead of drawing, you know, like writing on it with a marker, just because, like, again, keep my buyer in mind, because at the end of the day, I can sell these cases as well, just like somebody else did, right? Because these are not brand new, so this came from somewhere. Somebody either sold this to SD Bullion, or SD Bullion sold all the coins within it and then selling the case as well. These are my 50-cent pieces. As you see, I have plans to add more. I really like, my favorite kind of 50-cent piece are the Jeffersons. Let's see. Oh, no, not Jefferson. I'm sorry. Franklin. So far. As far as, like, between Franklin and Kennedy, I like the Franklins more. There are other type of 50-cent pieces, like the Walking Liberties. I think those are 50-cent pieces. Those, I do have some, but a lot of times it's harder to get those in good condition. One of the benefits, though, of going to a local coin store for your constitutional is a lot of times they'll let you pick through it, and you can kind of cherry pick the better condition coins. When you order online, you kind of get whatever you get. And Silver Joker had a video where he went to a local coin shop, and a few of those coin shops let him cherry pick. In fact, most of them, all except one. One of the coin shops just kind of didn't really let him cherry pick, and I was surprised at that. And of course, they gave him all milk spotted Canadian maples. He's a nice guy. I mean, he didn't complain. But in all fairness, you know, you really should let your customer choose the coins that he or she wants. You know, and online they can't do that per se. Although some of the coin shops do let you do it, and they do that by having different prices for different grades of your constitutional silver, right? But if you just get the plain generic bag of constitutional, you're going to get some slicks here and there. But like, there are some really good condition ones that you'll get as well. Like, look at this 1942. It looks pretty good, and there's a lot of them that are pretty decent. You know, the feather detail can be a lot better. I mean, it's nowhere near mint state. But then again, you know, they don't make any more of these. So that's another reason why I really like the constitutional, the historical pact. And oh yeah, there again, I know it's just considered bullion, but there is a slight numismatic value to these. And if not yet, as these coins start to disappear from the market, there will be more and more numismatic value placed on them. So please, I know it's your stack is your stack. You can do whatever you want. But please try to avoid cleaning your coins, shining them, any of that. Keep them original. Because remember, think of your buyer. Your buyer might want to keep the original patina of the coin. Okay? And what Silver Joker was saying is when you turn the coin a certain way, you can see maybe like a cartwheel effect. That would give you a clue if the coin had been cleaned or not. But a hardcore collector would be able to tell right away. Even some